Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. My name remains Adams Rafimolajide, and you are welcome to the 125th episode of the show. On Monday, we started a series, and on today's episode, we would be concluding that series. We're talking about ways to earn money as a freelance writer. All right, and on Monday, I highlighted 6 points, and I'm sure if you are not there to watch, you could probably check the description in this video and you would be able to get the link for the part one episode or part one version of this episode. But in this series, the second part, right, we would be looking at other ways in which you can actually make money as a freelance writer. But before I dive right into what I have for today, how are you guys doing? How is work? How is life? How is your business? How is everything that means a lot to you? I hope you guys are acing it and you're giving your very best to everything that you do. All right. So, if this is your first time of being a part of the show, we talk about business, freelancing, and entrepreneurship. And from time to time, I bring in guests to interview. I said that I'll be interviewing 50 to 60 guests this year, and so far so good. I've been able to get interesting guests on the show so far. All right, so today's episode we'll be looking at the part two, but let me quickly run over the part one. The things that I spoke about. I talked about having a blog site. I talked about publishing a book. I talked about creating affiliate content. I talked about writing scripts for video content creators. I talked about content creator for social media. I talked about content creation for websites, and yeah, and that was it. That was where we ended the last series. And then on this episode, we would continue on what we already started off on. All right. So, number 7 on the list today is become a ghost writer. Become a ghost writer. And if you do not have an idea who a ghostwriter is, it basically means that like you are writing for somebody else, and that writing will be credited to that other person. All right. Say, for instance, somebody who is very, very busy wants to write a book, probably like a non-fiction book or about their biography, right? And they really do not have the time to write, or they don't have the skill that is enough for them to be able to write such, right? But they want their story out there. They want people to read about them. This is where they use the service of a ghost writer. You, as a ghost writer, would be able to what's the word, to put the authors or the owners' thoughts together, and then you do what, you put it into writing, and it will be published in that person's name. Now we have non-fiction books, we have online content, we also have speeches, right? There are a lot of people out there that they want to give great speeches, but they do not know how to write these speeches. I don't know. Anyway, it's becoming tongue twisting. Yeah. So I'm sure you would have seen our politicians give speeches, and more often than not, you wonder, did this person actually come up with these words? The truth is that they did not come up with those words. It is the ghost writers that are working with them that come up with these scripts. Now, how are you able to become a ghostwriter? Now, one of the things that you need to do is you need to know who you want to work with, right? So have an avatar. I keep saying this about knowing the person that you want to work with. You need to have an avatar of the person that would probably serve that purpose. Now, a lot of the people that actually use the services of ghost writers are either people that are already made, or they are people who are in the political space, and they really do not have that time, or probably they are big CEOs of companies and the like. So you need to realize that okay, I need to know who I want to work with, because if you want to work with a younger person, it is really, really not going to be easy getting a gig as a ghostwriter for someone who is within the younger demographic level. But if you are looking at people that are older, in their 50s, 60s, thereabout, yeah, you will most likely be able to work with them. Then from there, you network with people, all right? Keep meeting people and telling them about the services that you render. That way, it is going to be easier for you to land a client. All right. Another point that I have here is ask for referrals. Now, if you've written, if you've done jobs for other people as a ghostwriter, you can easily tell them like, hey, can you please refer me to your friends? Can you refer me to your network? Help me tell them that like I offer these services. And from there, you can easily get more people to patronize your service. And then lastly, you need to be able to master the art of both interviewing the people that like you'll be working with and your skills in writing. Now, as a ghostwriter, you need to be able to like get into the mind of the people that like you'll be working with. So, which means that like you'll be asking them a lot of questions. And if you're not good at granting interviews, then you would not be able to come up with tangible content for you to be able to like spin together into words and deliver to your clients. All right. So that's number one on the list, which is the number 7 point. I beg your pardon. Number 8 is create an information product. Now, I do not know if at any point in time you've probably seen someone somewhere advertise a PDF or an ebook that they are selling about something that they are pretty good at. I have a friend of mine who talks about financial thingy, right? And he's pretty good at it, really. He's really, really good. And he created this PDF that he started selling, right? And because people needed that product, he was able to make some sales off that particular PDF. So also yourself as a writer, if you feel that like you're actually good at a particular topic, all you just need to do is package it in a PDF format and then you sell such information. Now, one of the beauty about selling such is that like you don't have to like come back to do anything again, right? You've written it once and then you just have to market it, and from there you get people who would be able to like buy your products. All right, so that's number 8. Number 9 on the list is write poetry. Now, if you are someone who knows how to do the whole you are the cockroach in my cupboard, you are the sugar in my tea, the butter in my bread, the whatever in my life, right? You're pretty good at putting words together in such a way that like you can make people emotional with your words. Then you can actually make money as what's the word now? As someone who writes poetry. All right. You can actually make money. There are tons of websites out there that you can actually use. And once they post your work, right? If you submit your work and then they post it, it's going to be like they will pay you. Yeah, that's what I'm sorry. I'm having this breaks in my thoughts. All right. Once you post your work on those websites, they would easily be able to pay you per post that is published on their own website. All right. So give it a shot. If you feel that like you're really, really good as a poet, right? Let your work be seen and be paid for that. All right. Number 10 on the list is transcribe audios. Now, there are events that people have, and after the event, they would want um, those audios, right, to be transcribed into words. If you know that like you're patient, if you know that you can take time to listen to these audios and then start transcribing them to what's the word, to written words, right? Then go for it. The beauty about it is that like you are being paid per hour, and there are tons of websites out there as well that can actually pay you for transcribing words. Another gimmick you could use, I think I've actually tried it out before, is let's say you're playing the audio, right? And to make it work faster, you could just what you could do is you could record with your phone. I think there's this voice to text feature on most phones. I think Google actually has it, right? You, as you're playing the audio, you're using your phone to listen to the audio, and then like it would write it out as text. Now, the issue with this is that like it would not be perfect, but it will make your work easier, right? You will be faster in your work, although you have to like go through everything that like has been written out, and they start making corrections where necessary. But it's actually a good shot, and you can actually make money off that. Number 11, which is like one of the most important, is making money through copywriting. I've actually spoken about copywriting before now. It is just a way of putting words together in a way that people would take actions to buy a particular product. All right. You need to be good with drawing people through their emotions, because there's something that I heard somewhere that like people do not buy things logically. They buy things because they have this emotional attachment to it. So if you can actually get to the emotional part of them and get them to buy that product, then you are a copywriter. You could actually learn how to become a copywriter by taking courses online, and also studying other copy ads by great copywriters out there. Practice, 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 and you can actually make tons of money. Like I know someone that actually makes about, I think it makes about $2,000 to $5,000 every month. So there's great money to be made as a copywriter. Then number 12 on my list is writing email sequences. Now, let's say a copywriter has already created a sales page, and he has made someone to either join an email list or to buy a product. Now, you need to follow up with these people who have actually submitted their emails, and that is where an email sequence writer comes in. All right. Now, this gig, you can easily make money off it, right? It could be like 5 emails that the person needs to like know, like 5 information that the person needs to know about, right, before you pitch a particular product to them. Okay, so the email sequence is like the first email might probably be like a welcome email. The second email might probably be like telling a story about a particular thing and then giving information. The third thing, the third email, beg your pardon, can also be giving information. The fourth can now start talking about the product that you are trying to sell to them, and then the fifth email could probably be you selling that particular that particular product to them. All right. So if you can actually become someone who can write emails, then this is for you. You can easily make money. I know people that are actually making money off it. For me, this is actually under copywriting, but it is a segment, it's a part of copywriting that some people focus on and they get really, really good at. So if you also can be that person that can actually write email sequences, then please go for it. You'd make money off it. Number 13 on my list, which is, and I think the penultimate number, is writing resumes. Now, we are in a world where a lot of people are constantly looking for jobs, and they have to submit their resumes with companies if they have to stand a chance to be employed by those companies. Now, if you can master the art of writing resumes, trust me, you can never go out of job. Now, let me cite an example. Here in Nigeria, we know that like a lot of youths are actually serving the country right now. You have over 10,000 youths. Yeah, I think over 20,000 or 30,000 per year. Right, leaving the NYSC, and they are looking for jobs. You as a writer can focus on helping them to craft a great resume that can actually help them to land their dream jobs. Now, I know that like there are people out there like they just follow one copy and paste, but if you are really good at writing resumes, trust me, you can never go out of making money, because you would always have tons of people who would want you to write their resumes for them and would also want to upgrade their resumes, and you'd always be the go-to person for them. All right. Then last but not least on my list is writing songs. Now, it might actually sound funny, but the beauty about it is that like a lot of the musicians that we have out there, a lot of people that have voices, do not really know how to write lyrics. And we know for a fact that like there are some of our top celebrities who are musicians who have also said that like they pay people to write songs for them. So if you know that like you're really good at writing songs that can get people moved right, can be the next hit song, then writing songs can be a way for you to also earn cash as a writer. All right. You could write songs for any artist out there in Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, anywhere in the world, right? Write songs for them and you would cash out on the long run. All right. So on this note, I've come to the end. I spoke about becoming a ghostwriter, which was number 7 for the part 2 series. I talked about creating an information product. I talked about writing poetry. I talked about transcribing audios. I talked about becoming a copywriter. I talked about writing email sequences. I talked about writing resumes. And last but not least, I talked about writing songs. Now, with all these, I can assure you that you can, as a writer, earn money. All right. I've listed 14 things, 6 the last time, the first part, and 8 in this particular episode. On this note, we've come to the end of today's show. If you are out there, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and let them learn something new. I know that we have a lot of youths out there who, because of ASU, don't know what to do. If you know you have someone that is great at writing, then please tell them about this program and let them learn something tangible. As I always say, be the best God has created you to be. From me to you, have a great weekend, guys. See you next time.